that Saul was going to be king. We see in this how providence works. This is something that's happening with him, but something else is meant to be. And that's how it is in many of our lives. You never know why you had got turned down for this job. You never knew why this particular aspect of your career didn't work out. You never knew why, with all of your qualifications, why you were overlooked for the promotion. But there is a plan that God has for your life. And so we understand in dealing with God that the best thing we can do, especially when it comes to understanding the providence of God, is just trust God to lead us. God led him to the man who revealed unto him the plan, and when he got the plan, when he finally accepted the plan, he could see the hand of God at work in his life. Oh, I know I'm right tonight. In 1 Samuel chapter 10, in 1 Samuel chapter 10, we're going to see that the hand of God was moving so that Saul could become a better person. Bible lets us know in 1 Samuel chapter 10 and verse number 1, then Samuel took the vial of oil and poured it upon his head. This is Saul here. And kissed him and said, is it not because the Lord hath anointed thee to be captain over his inheritance? When thou art departed from me today, thou shalt find 2 men by Rachel's sepulchre in the border of Benjamin at Zelzah. And they will say unto thee, the asses which thou wentest to seek are found. And lo, thy father hath left the care of the asses, and sorroweth for you, saying, what shall I do for my son? Then shalt thou go on forward from thence, and thou shalt come to the plain of Tabor, and there shall meet thee 3 men going up to God to Bethel, one carrying 3 kids, and another carrying 3 loaves of bread, and another carrying a bottle of wine. And they will salute thee, and give thee 2 loaves of bread, which thou shalt receive of their hand. After that thou shalt come to the hill of God, where is the garrison of the Philistines. And it shall come to pass, when thou art come thither to the city, that thou shalt meet a company of prophets coming down from the high place with the psaltery and the tabret and the pipe and a harp before them, and they shall prophesy. And the Spirit of the Lord will come upon thee, and thou shalt prophesy with them, and shall be turned into another man. And let it be that when these signs are come upon thee, that thou do as the occasion serveth thee, for God is with thee. When Saul came to the man who revealed unto him the plan, it was then and only then that he could see the hand of God working in his life. Samuel told him that when the Spirit of the Lord came upon him, he was going to become another man. And he says, take note that when all of these things have come to pass, when the occasion or when the time comes for you to do what it is that God has prescribed for you to do, make sure you do it, because this is evidence that God is with you. My brothers and sisters, you never know what God has in store. You never know what God has worked out to take place, that you can become what you need to become. Saul only thought that he was looking for his daddy's donkeys, but in looking for his daddy's donkeys, he found the man who revealed unto him the plan, so that he could see the hand of God working in his own life, so that he could become a better person. And if Saul would just have continued in the plan of God, there would be no limit to his success as king. And that's my message for you tonight, my brothers and sisters, is just let God lead you. Don't get discouraged when things don't work out the way you look for them to work out. Don't get discouraged when things don't seem like you want them to seem. Just trust God to do what God does best. God knows knows how to arrange certain things to happen. Even when Saul was looking for his daddy's donkeys, he didn't find his daddy's donkeys. He looked hither and he looked yonder, and he decided, well, let's go back to daddy's house, because daddy gonna be wondering what has happened to us. And it was the very servant that he chose, not by accident, but by the providence of God. He chose a servant that knew that there was a man in town who could tell him what he needed to know. And when he got to the man, that's how he came aware of the plan. And as a result of understanding the plan, he saw the hand of God working to make him what he needs to be. My brothers and sisters, you know what it is you need to be here tonight. You know what it is you're striving to become. And if you have prayed to God asking him to make you more of what he would have you to be, if you prayed to God and asked him to help you develop into the person that he can be pleased with, it could very well be that God is operating providentially in your life, just getting you to the right man who can help you understand the plan, so that you can look at the hand of God changing things that you cannot change yourself. And so my message is, just let God lead you, because when you let God lead you, then you can say no weapon formed against me shall prosper. When you let God lead you, you understand that all things will work together for good for them that love the Lord. When you let God lead you, you can say greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. When you let God lead you, you can truly say weeping may endure for a night, but joy will come in the morning. When you let God lead you, you come to the understanding that if God is for me, he's more than the world against me. When you let God lead you, you know I can do all things through Christ who gives me the strength. When you let God lead you, you understand that things that are impossible with men are possible with God. When you let God lead you, you can understand, yes, the Lord is my shepherd and I shall not want. When you let God lead you, you can cast all of your cares on him, because you know that he cares for you. When you let God lead you, you can say, I once was young and now I'm just a little bit older, and yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. When you let God lead you, you will come to the conclusion that he'll never leave me, nor will he forsake me, so that I can boldly say, the Lord is my helper. I will not fear what man shall do unto me. You may feel like in life that you're just looking for your daddy's donkeys. You may feel like you're going hither and yonder and you don't know where you're going to end up. Just let God lead you. God will lead you to the man who will reveal to you the plan, and then you can see the hand of God working in your life. Looking for my daddy's donkeys. That boy didn't know what he was in store for, but God had a plan. And to reveal the plan, God had to get him to the man. To get him to the man, the donkeys had to be lost. I lost that job for a reason. I lost that car for a reason. I lost that house for a reason. I may lose my health for a reason. You follow me? You don't know what God is going to do with your losses while you're looking for something else. You may stumble across the real will of God, and God will turn you into who you need to be. You're looking tonight for your daddy's donkeys. Are you running hither and yonder and seem like you get nowhere fast? Well, just understand the plan of God is for you to do well in his will. So you can never go wrong following the will of God.
That's right.
Because it's the will of God that's going to lead you to the peace of God that surpasses your very understanding. And so if you're outside of the will, no wonder you don't have any peace. Because you haven't positioned yourself to where God can give you the peace that you desire that will surpass your very understanding. I like that story. Y'all remember we studied that in Sunday school? I told you I was going to do one. Looking for my daddy's donkeys. Look at what I found. Just wandering around from place to place. Yeah. Saul didn't know what he was in store for. He didn't know. And you don't know either. Amen. Sometimes God puts you in a certain place, on a certain job that you don't particularly care for. You follow?